Okay, so I'm here with Professor Levy. So if you would want to go ahead and introduce yourself, give us a little bit of a background in some of the classes that you teach, both 1L and upper level, that would be great.
Okay, well, hi, my name is Rick Levy. I am the J.B. Smith Distinguished Professor of Constitutional Law. So as you might guess, that means I teach courses in the area of constitutional law, including the Introduction to Constitutional Law class. I also teach administrative law, legislation and statutory interpretation, various seminars on constitutional topics, and I supervise or advise the Journal of Law and Public Policy along with Professor Ewell. I am a Kansas boy going way back. Although I was born in New York City, my family moved to Kansas when I was 2 weeks old. And I grew up in Topeka. I went to grade school, junior high, high school in Topeka. I went to KU as an undergrad and also got a master's degree in German literature from the University of Kansas. I did study abroad when I was a student, both as a junior year abroad program to Germany, and then the reason why I got a master's degree was because I wanted to go back, and that was the easiest way to get money to go back to Germany, which I also did. I didn't go directly to law school after that. I spent a year selling typewriters in Topeka, which turned out not to be a great career move since typewriters were on their way out. And in any case, it was not a long-term solution. So I went to law school at the University of Chicago Law School. After I graduated, I clerked for Judge Richard Posner on the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals. And then I joined the KU Law School faculty in 1985, and I've been on the faculty ever since.
So I know that we've talked a couple times, I think several times maybe, about your career in typewriters before you went to law school. But aside from that, what do you think you'd be doing if you weren't a law professor or working at the law school?
Well, that's a good question. So we might divide that up into what I'd like to be doing and what I would probably be doing. So what I'd like to be doing is I'd want to be a rock star. So I'd be playing in a band someplace, going on tours, recording, all that sort of thing, because I really love playing music and listening to music as sort of one of my main hobbies. Um, I think that if I wasn't a law professor, I'd probably be some other kind of professor. I've been academically inclined my whole life and not really spent very much time when I wasn't either in school or teaching courses in higher education settings. So that would probably be what I'd be doing.
Yeah, for the 1Ls that haven't heard you play in the Moody Blue Books, if you ever get a chance to go to an event where the Moody Blue Books were playing, you got to listen to Professor Levy plays piano. He is excellent, excellent. Okay, so I know that I'm not a very good cook, like at all, but I'm not sure if that holds true for most people in the legal field or not. But what's the most impressive meal that you could cook just blind without a recipe?
Blind without a recipe. Well, first of all, I cook a lot and I don't ever use recipes. I learned to cook when I was an undergraduate because I shared an apartment with four other guys, and we rotated cooking responsibility once a week. Each of us had a responsibility to make a meal for everyone. So for 4 years as an undergraduate, I cooked once a week for myself and my roommates. Probably my best dish would be spaghetti and meat sauce. But I also do sort of mean grill and stir fries of various kinds that my family likes to eat.
It's much more impressive than mine. I think I'm limited to mac and cheese out of a box. But
Uh, well, I'm not sure any of them would be impressive, but they're all edible. So if that's impressive, then I can manage that.
Yeah. Okay, so I know that a lot of us have had to kind of adapt to things, with COVID-19 and the pandemic going on. But what's one thing that you've tried for the first time or learned to do during the pandemic?
Well, it's kind of, this is not very significant, but I've learned to use Zoom. Before the pandemic, I was Zoom phobic, and now I'm pretty adept at using Zoom. So that would be a factor as well. I guess another thing I've learned to do is going back to music. I've learned to record music that I make.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. I know that if I think the pandemic has taught me anything, it's that I, as a millennial, I'm not anywhere near as good as computers as I thought I was. So, Zoom was a challenge for sure.
Uh,
And then last one here, which is also quarantine and pandemic related. If you could quarantine anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Probably in the mountains someplace. I love the mountains. Growing up, I used to hike with my brother and my dad in Rocky Mountain National Park every year. After that, I would frequently go, and I always feel like the mountains create a degree of perspective and kind of calm from sort of recognizing your place in the universe that is easy to lose when you're caught up in the hectic day-to-day of ordinary life.
Very good choice, I must say. But yeah, I think that's all I have for you. So if you have any departing wisdom for the 1Ls for the spring semester or just law school generally, I'm sure they'd really love to hear it.
Well, as we were talking more generally before, I guess the thing I would encourage all 1Ls to think about is that although we may seem like we're sitting in judgment and the enemy because we give you a lot of work to do, ultimately every single one of us is on your side, and our ultimate goal is for you to succeed in law school, on the bar, in your professional careers. And so you shouldn't feel reluctant to reach out to us if you're struggling, if you're having difficulty understanding, if you got things going on in your life that are compromising your ability to focus and learn. We want you to succeed, and so I would really encourage you, particularly if you're in my class, to feel like you could reach out to me with questions or concerns and not feel embarrassed or like it's going to be held against you.
Yeah, I can't echo that enough. Like I was saying to you earlier, I know you as a great professor and a great mentor as well. So really, really important to do that because, it makes all the difference really in your law school experience.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I think our time is about up, but thank you very much, Professor Levy. I appreciate you taking the time.
It was good talking to you, Riley, and I hope this helps the 1Ls get to know me and that the general project makes them feel more engaged with the school.
Yeah, that's certainly the goal. So yeah, please feel free to reach out to me or Professor Levy if you have any questions or just want to chat. So, all right, thanks everybody.
Okay.